Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water. I'm Chris McGee, joined by Big Game, J.Worthy, Big Shot, Robert Horry. And we got Brez down at the arena with Mike Trudell. The Lakers beat the Clippers again. They've now beaten them twice in a 3-day span. They beat them 3 times in a row. The Lakers overall have won 6 in a row. And guys, they are 18-4 in their last 22 games. So over a 6-week period, they have the best record in the NBA. They are now 17 games, over 500. The big stories for me, guys, Luka has a big night at crypto. He talked about that after the last Clipper game. He wanted that. Dalton Connect is back, and Vando makes winning plays, and the Lakers are number 2 in the West. Big game.
Yeah, I mean, look, to be missing 2 critical players and then Goodwin being out as well, the team knew they had to come together and someone was going to have to step up. And, you know, I thought Connect coming in really helped them secure some buckets to keep them in the game, to enhance their lead. He had some big threes. But for me tonight, you know, it was guys like Vanderbilt. There was one possession where he got 3 offensive rebounds there. Keep the ball alive. Players like that. Vinny Smith. I thought that Gabe's defense was pretty good. So a really good collective effort. But Luka finally starting to find his groove. He had some big threes, and you know he's very tricky with the basketball, drawing fouls. I thought just collectively they kept their poise when the Clippers, when Kawhi Leonard started to get hot and Zubac started to get those, they kept their poise, took a timeout, came back, and kept it under control and got the W.
Yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith, I believe, was a plus 23 going into those final seconds. Rob, before you go, let's go back downtown. Luka with Mike Trudell.
All right, Luka, it's tough to beat the same team twice in a row in the NBA, but you managed to do so tonight. It's the 6th straight win. What's going well for you guys in finding ways to get these results?
Yeah, I don't even think we play good. We had a lot of turnovers. Defense was good, but at some point, you know, we didn't do good defensive things. But we just stayed together throughout the game. They made a run. We fight back, so that's what we do.
You've gone against Ty Lue, and his defense is a lot. He threw a lot of different looks at you, right? Some switches, then some blitzes. What's the challenge in kind of making the right play when the coverage are switching around like that?
Yeah, I'm used to that. You know, they're switching up defense a lot on me. Just gotta do what the defense give you. That's what I always say. It's like playing chess a little bit. So just gotta trying to do that.
You know, is there any difficulty with new teammates, especially when you get blitzed and guys kind of finding the right spots, making sure they're spaced the right way? How are you growing like that?
Yeah, I think everybody knows what to do. Everybody knows their role. Everybody knows where to be. So I think we. Obviously, we're not there yet, but we're getting better.
Yeah, are you enjoying playing in this building? The fans certainly seem to be appreciating the effort.
Hell yeah. It's nice.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thanks, Luka.
Hell yeah is right, Rob, and we love having him, and he is having fun. You guys can tell he's gotten through, I think, the shock of that trade. I think the Lakers were great with letting him take his time, work his way back. He's healthy. His effort has been awesome. And Rob, listen, he said it after the postgame show, like, I'm not playing great yet. I haven't had a good shooting game yet here in Crypto.com Arena, but I love these fans. But tonight he made sure. He had 5 threes, in control the whole game, 29 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds, but also that fadeaway bank falling away, right? Like, just all those kind of plays, Rob, down the stretch that were just huge.
Yeah, it was huge because he's that type of guy that's a rhythm player. He hasn't really been in his rhythm yet, but he's getting there little by little. I don't think he was in his rhythm tonight because he's still 5 for 12. But once he gets into that rhythm, he's going to be amazing. He's an excellent guy at running different defenses as star players, and he's proven that throughout his career. But I think Luka and the whole team is getting more and more comfortable as a whole. You look at the way Dalton Connect played tonight. You look at the way Gabe and all the other guys that play. Of course, the 40-year-old. But to me, I'm so excited because I still don't think they're clicking like they can. Because if you really think about it, Luka, even though he had the points, right? He didn't shoot the ball well still, though.
Yeah.
And Luka's standard. So, and you look at the way LeBron's playing. Look at the whole team playing with 2 starters out. So I'm so excited for this team that, they can do more damage the better they get, the more games they play.
Yeah, no Rui, no AR. That's a great point. And, James, one way for LA fans to fall in love with you quickly is 60 points against the Clippers in 2 nights. That's what Luka did.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, with Luka, you have to remember, he was out since December. So I still think he's gradually also getting his body, line passes and some passes where he know they should be. So when that starts to...
He had a good game the other night, 3 for 6. But tonight, it was different. And when I say he's back, it was everything. The demeanor, the body language, the smile, the swag, the quick release, the rebounds, everything that he gave this team, Rob. And by the way, he got 25 minutes.
Yeah, 25 minutes, probably the most minutes he's played in a long time. And sometimes when you got, when you look at players, they have this thing called Dalton Connect. He's one of those guys. He's going to be a streaky shooter because when you play alongside great guys and you don't get a lot of consistent shots, you're going to be streaky. But this guy, to me, I've said it from day one, if he was on any other team, he'd probably be Rookie of the Year because this dude is just that good. He just need opportunity to get out there and show you what he can do because he can play defense. He doesn't play well as, of course, Vando, but he's a very capable defender. He's a really good offensive rebound. He's one of the sneak guys who's getting to get some deep offensive putback. So I just think that, this guy, when he's given the opportunity, like James always said, he got to be ready to answer that call.
And before you go, James, I want to ask Rob this because you shared this story before, but are you happy for him on a personal level? Because I know when that trade went down and then he got rescinded, you had been through something similar. You sent him a note, so you've been kind of watching closely.
Yeah, because, you can get down on yourself and feel like, yo, do I belong? You belong. And you can see how bad Charlotte wanted you.
Yeah.
They was getting mad. They tried to, hey, no, the trade should be good. That should make you feel good as a player because it's not what the Lakers were trying to do. It's what the other team was doing. They know what they see. They know what they will have if they got you on the team. So you have to use every bit of thing that you can find to motivate you. And for him, what better place to be motivated is in an LA Laker uniform?
Yeah.
You got a chance to win a championship. Yep. You got a chance to play alongside the greatest players to ever do it, and one of the upcoming greatest players to ever do it. So this is a golden time for you to even get your shine on and also just play good basketball.
When you were advising him, did you advise him not to throw a towel into the coach's
If you want to get out, that's what you do.
Don't do that. No, man, I love Dalton, man. When he came here, he was of training camp, and in those first few weeks, we just thought we had, a gem getting him at 17th pick. And, I'm kind of glad the trade got rescinded a little bit, you know what I mean? Because he's really good, and I think, as a young player, I'm glad, Rob, you text him to, let him know that, it's just part of the business. He's a commodity in this league.
Yeah.
And, his offensive rebound, he just doesn't spectate. Hit a couple threes, ball went up, nobody boxed him out. He went in there and got that dunk. He does have long arms, so his defense can be pretty good as a team defender. He's not going to lock anybody up, but he's learning, and I think he's gaining confidence, and he's back home.
So, guys, we do have some time before we get to JJ, so I do want to give Vando some love. The team is 13-2 when he plays basketball for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I know I've said this a lot of times, but that's why we were all year last year, man. We miss Vando. We miss Vando. If they're going to get the playoffs, make a run, going to need Vando. Not always going to get you points. It's not only going to show up in the box score, but tonight, Rob, it actually did. He's 8 points and 9 rebounds, and some of those offensive rebounds to keep, possessions alive. 5 of them, James? 5 offensive rebounds. Those are game winners. That's what everyone calls winning plays.
Those are winning plays. Those are impactors.
Yes.
And people who really know basketball understand the importance of guys like Vando because they're not going to get a lot of love. They're not going to get the endorsements. They're not going to get talked about on whatever sports show it may be. But his teammates will always love him because they're going to look over and says, if you got to get in the trenches, what guy's going to have your back?
Dog.
It's going to be Vando. He plays hard each and every night. And like I said earlier, it's contagious, and he just wants to play basketball. Think about how often he sat over there and knowing he could be in that foot was not healthy. And think about his last game before he got hurt before the season ended, what he did in Boston. What he did with no AD and no LeBron.
The way he was playing Tatum that game. In one half, by the way.
Yes, and to me, that's just, that's indicative of what he can do for this team. And people who say, well, he can't shoot, can't do this, but it doesn't matter. He makes winning plays, like you said.
Yeah.
No, led the team in rebounding today?
You said it.
Vanderbilt. It's almost as if he's been over on the bench watching, especially since, AD's gone. He's like, we need rebounding. That's the kind of player he is. His defense is always going to stand out. He knows but now he's like, we need some rebounding. And on that one possession, he got 2 or 3 offensive rebounds in the same, possession. So he's and he missed 4 or 5 going after them, tipping them.
Wasn't there a late block on
Yes,
Zubac from behind too? That was crazy.
So he's he's an amazing team player, and
I know, man.
sometimes you have superstars on your team. Like we had Magic and Kareem, but I was always like Coop.
Coop
was vital, man. He was vital defense. He hit some big shots when he had to. He had the spirit, and Vando has that toughness.
All right, let's go downtown. J.J. Redick speaking with Mike in the media.
JJ, I was going to ask you about the game on top of the winning streak and, again, kind of holding an opponent to that pretty consistently low scoring total relative to kind of current NBA. What has been consistent here that you saw again tonight?
We just play hard. We compete. Tonight wasn't perfect with some of the execution stuff, but we more than made up for it with our effort at times. And frankly, I really liked what we did, in the half court when our defense was set. The turnovers once again hurt us. Scored 20 points off our turnovers. I think it wasn't a play that was more emblematic of our effort than when it was 93-88. I think there's 7-something to go. LeBron misses a 22-foot two-pointer. Vando gets the rebound. We get it back to LeBron. He misses a floater. Trey gets the rebound. We kick it back to LeBron. He misses the 3 from the corner. Vando gets the rebound. We end up getting it to Luka. Trey's over in the right corner. He pins in for LeBron. He hits that 3. I mean, that's, again, these opponents that we're playing, they're really good teams. They're fighting like we're fighting. These are playoff-like games, just in terms of the physicality, the effort from both teams, and that play. I mean, I'm not sure they got closer than 5. I know there was 5 right there at the end, but that was a massive play for us in a stretch where, look, we're having to play lineups just because of injuries. We're having to play lineups where we don't have a ton of shooting on the court, and teams are able to load up. They're reading everything. They're a top 5 defensive team. Like it's tough to score. So we talked again pregame about our effort offense, and that was a massive play.
There are things that I think you can't know about players until you have them as a teammate or something like that. And you had kind of mentioned the importance of these Luka blackouts in Denver. I think he made 2 threes and was like instantly yelling at the Clipper bench. Dunn got a little bit of it later. Seemed like everybody pretty much on the court got some of that energy from him. Spiritually, what do you think that did for your team tonight, his sort of fire and intensity?
Yeah, I think the way he started the game got us going on that end. And then it just seemed like throughout the game, when we needed a bucket, when we needed him to draw a second, third defender at times, he was able to make the right play, minus the 6 turnovers. But he played fantastic tonight. And again, it was that verve and that spirit of competition, but also just something that is, maybe it's an inner demon, I don't know, but it comes out, and it's fantastic for us when it does.
A clip circulated of you crediting Dalton Knecht for being a professional after the win on Friday. Tonight seemed like more than
talk to the Lakers about what they're putting out. Need approval on some stuff.
Tonight seemed more than professional. I mean, kind of a starring effort for you. Have you been able to get a sense of where Dalton's been at after everything that went down last month, and how do you envision his role as the season plays out?
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion early on when he first got back, not playing the first game. Didn't want to put him in a tough situation for him. We then talked on Tuesday. We then talked the day before the All-Star break again, and it was very much like before that second game against Utah leading into the break. It was very much just let's just play basketball, and you're going to play, and I'm going to coach, and we've moved on from that. So I think each day it just becomes again more normal. Certainly the last 2 games I think help every player, look, we've all been there. Like, we all have this sort of perpetual belief in our ability. Everybody's confidence can wane, and you need that confidence to be reinforced by playing well. And he's done that the last 2 games, and it's obviously offensively, but he's done some good things defensively as well.
All right, let's get with a three-pointer made in NBA history. 268 for Steph, 157 for Steph. Dame's on there, Korver's on there, Bogdanovich is on there, and there's Luka Doncic, 100 and climbing. Gabe Vincent got the start with Austin Reeves on the sideline. He finished with 9 points in the win. Gabe is speaking with Mike in the media.
Hey, Gabe, I know you always kind of play your game regardless of what the situation is, but stepping in for Austin, is there anything that you think about in particular when you're out there with that group?
Just trying to be ready to play, make a little more, I think. Just depending on how the flow of the game was going, if Bron and Luka are on the court at the same time, if I need to touch the paint and spray, stuff like that. But for the most part, it was the game with more minutes for me.
What have you seen from Dalton, not just tonight, but the last game, and kind of getting going? And tonight, obviously, it's some key shots.
Yeah, I mean, it's been small things for me with Dalton that he's been improving on a lot. Whether it's just talking on defense or the switches, I think he's improved immensely in the last 5 to 10 games in those. And it's great to see him get hot and get out there and get the rhythm shooting from 3 like we know he can. So it's great to see him have some growth. It's great to see him get rewarded with a good offensive game amidst the growth.
And then JJ was talking about the coverages the teams play against Luka and how they're rarely going to go into drop. How do you kind of feel like you guys are evolving when teams are either blitzing him or switching everything? And what are some keys?
Yeah, I mean, he creates a lot of problems. I think Bron alone creates a lot of issues. You add Luka to the mix, and the way he can really shoot the ball and pick apart defenses, we're kind of just reading and reacting. Teams are going to try to throw different things at him, whether it's a blitz or definitely not a drop. So we're just trying to stay ready to make our adjustments.
Does the nature of which you guys won these games against these top teams, a lot of it's been more on the defensive side, does that provide optimism for what it'll look like when you guys do have that synergy offensively rolling and everyone's, rolling in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, late in the year, you have to win some games in the mud, and I think we've had some stretches here now to be able to test our grit, test our willingness to fight through a lot, and we've been doing that at a high level. So proud of the fight this group's been doing. We just need to keep it up.
Maybe fight is the answer, but Mike just mentioned the word evolving. Is there like a way you describe your guys' identity through this? I think you won 16 out of the last 19. What's the consistency, even as guys have been out of lineup, you had trades and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're playing very hard. We're playing unselfish. And I think everyone's kind of starting to understand their assignment. I think we all know what we're looking for when we step out there on the court. That simplicity brings clarity, and it allows us to go out there and just play hard. So it's been working so far. We just got to keep it rolling.
Robert, Keith Ory, regular season and playoffs combined, LeBron James is creeping on 50K.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of buckets.
That's a lot of buckets. That's a lot of games. That's a lot of time.
I think he just got his 1,000th regular season win.
That's cray-cray.
Staggering numbers.
Still bouncing around like a 25-year-old, which is remarkable. And
I mean, right now, it's crazy that he's not being talked about in the MVP race, right? He's for sure top 5, first team All-NBA right now in the NBA at 40 years old. And defensively, he's making a case.
Defense is better than when he won MVP the last time. We showed the graphic before, his numbers.
Yeah.
When he won MVP, I'm not sure where it was, but when they showed his number now, his numbers now are almost just as good or better.
They're all better.
Yeah.
And when he was like prime LeBron.
Yes, that's when he was
young. As they say, prime LeBron. But
well, he was just young LeBron. Then.
Young LeBron. His prime's been forever.
Yeah, he's probably like been
Such
prime for the last 10 years. You know, it's like Optimus Prime. He just keeps transforming.
Yeah. Transformer rep. Yeah.
He might not have the height, that like a true center, but boy, he has the energy and he has the toughness. And like Rob said, he'll stick it on you if you don't watch it. He plays hard. He's not afraid of the contact. So if we don't have a center, he's really done a great job for us continuously.
Dorian Finney-Smith scored 11 points and was a game-high plus 24. He's in the locker room with Brez.
Dorian, what's it say about you guys? You've been here a couple months. in the slow but steady progression you made up through the standings, now in second in the West?
Just staying together, playing defense. We've been guarding. Guys, been taking the challenge. Coach has been doing a good job of getting us ready and giving us the test. Giving us the answers to the test, and we've been executing.
What does it say about you as a team? Maybe talent, depth, whatever it might be, that you won tonight without 2 starters and a rotation player?
Just show you how deep we are. It's next man up. Like I said last game, that's just part of playing 82 games. People gonna get hurt, and next man got to step up and do his job.
You guys are number 2 in the West right now. 23 more games to go in the regular season, but how much do you value the idea of finishing there or higher going into the?
We just got to keep stacking days. Whoever team, I feel like is hot and healthy. Do a good job in the postseason. So we just got to stay healthy, get them guys back on the court, and just keep stacking days and getting to know each other as a team.
What do you see LeBron and Luka play off each other?
Man, sometimes I get caught watching and I don't be ready to shoot. Mondeuse was on my ass yesterday in the last game. She said I left some bullets, and I said I couldn't bring my gun to L.A. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah. But today, I came out, ready to shoot, and them guys just took over after that.
How do you guys feed off Luka's intensity? Clearly, that first quarter, he was ready to go, and it seemed like he was chirping a little bit, maybe energize you guys.
Oh no, he I know he ready to. That's what he do. Especially when he get going. But he trying to find himself, find his shot. He made some shots tonight. Got us up 20, and then they battled back, but we came together in the game and finished. I smoked that layup. Probably could have got it over with quicker, but sports and entertainment. We like to make it entertainment.
I love when we interview him. Western Conference standings, the Thunder are in that 1 spot. Look who's at number 2, Big Game James. It's the Lakers. And JJ said, you know what, I'm not giving it any thought because all I want to do is make the playoffs. I don't want to be in the play-in. And when that is secured, I'll start looking at it. But that's nice to see.
Yeah, they started below, and now they're number 2. All the teams that are behind them now, I wonder if the Thunder, I don't think they're worried or scared or anything, but I wonder if they're noticing.
They're noticing.
I think everybody's noticing.
Yeah.
Hey, they were 5th in the West at the All-Star break. They're already at 2 here.
Hey, I thought he was about to start. When he said start at the bottom, now he's here. Yeah, that's a good thing about this Lakers game. And they still getting better.
Yeah.
Think about that. They got a lot of room for improvement, so they putting a lot of people on notice right now.
Multiple sauces. Dip.
Dip, chew.
Boy, they're good.
Dip, bite. 29-9 for Luka. He's in the locker room.
Luka, you've been here obviously a pretty short time comparatively, but this team is now 2nd in the West. What does that mean to you at this point in the season?
I didn't even know. That's a great position to be in, honestly.
You're a little bit ahead of Denver.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know. I don't pay attention that much to standings, but go game by game. That's a hell of an accomplishment right now.
You said a couple games ago you wanted to start shooting well here. 5 threes tonight. You feeling pretty comfortable?
Yeah, and today I felt a little bit more comfortable. As long as we get the win, we got 6 in a row, so that's what this is about.
Luka, there was in the first quarter, you were kind of grabbing at your leg a little bit. Did you get the lead, or what happened there?
It was on the fall, I think. Just a little tight on the tight. I don't know how you say it in English. But then I got kneed in the knee for a 3rd straight game in the same spot, so it's kind of struggling on the right leg. But I'm good.
You'd kind of said too that you haven't had a good game in LA. You get 2 against the Clippers here and kind of feel that energy. What was it like tonight? To hit the step backs, to kind of get the crowd going. It felt like your energy at least was the highest it's been since you've been here.
Yeah, it's been great. Like I said, the atmosphere is unbelievable, and we're just gonna want to give the people what they want, and that's winning the games. And that's what we're doing right now.
What's Dalton given you guys the last couple games, and what have you noticed for him and just being a rookie?
It's hard being a rookie, obviously, but I think he's a true professional.
some days I think one the game he didn't play, and next game he showed up, and that's about professional, especially being a rookie in LA. It's not easy, and he's been doing this since I've been here, so I'm glad we have him on our team.
Durant mentioned that you've been battling the Clippers, obviously, from the bubble. Ty Lue's thrown a lot of different coverages at you over the years. How have you seen that matchup evolve with the Clippers over the years since your rookie year?
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be. I remember last game there was only one coverage on me, but you know, it's like I always say, it's like playing the chess a little bit. You gotta read the defense and take what the defense give you.
You said that you know this stretch that you were out with the calf was the longest you've missed in the NBA. Having experienced an absence that long for the first time, how's the return been in terms of rust, and like has it been tougher than you thought? What would have been some of the challenges you've dealt with?
Yeah, it's been. I mean, I've been long throughout my whole career, as long as I've been out. So I didn't expect that much rust. You could see in the first couple games, but now this is getting better. But I obviously didn't expect it.
Luka, felicidades. 29 puntos, 6 asistencias y ahora el equipo está en segundo lugar en el oeste. Para ti, muchos dijeron que no te ibas a adaptar rápidamente con LeBron y el equipo.
Through his first early stretch of games here, in what ways have you and LeBron tried to make things easier for each other so far?
Sorry? Yeah.
In what ways have you and LeBron tried to make things easier for each other just in terms of the chemistry and all that?
I think just play the way we play, the way we both play, and, you know, get other people involved. They're gonna give you, depends on which coverage, you know, take what the defense gave you, but it's just playing who we are.
You mentioned it's a chess match with the Clippers, but you know you're telling them to get up on you, giving too much space. Like, is it a little more with this team, given that you guys have such a history of playoff battles and regular season battles?
Maybe, obviously, you know, we went back and forth a lot with the Clippers, and that's what I like, you know. For me, that's fun, and that's how I get going, especially in the basketball court.
It's not that like your team in Dallas wasn't, you know, known around the league because of the talent that you and Kyrie and the rest of the guys had, but the Lakers seemed to be a team with a bigger target on their backs, just be like a team that the opponents circle on the calendar. Have you gotten a sense of that so far, how you're going to kind of get your other team's best shot?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't believe it before, but they say, like, you know, if somebody's out a long time, then they play against the Lakers. I don't know. I didn't believe it that long time, but obviously it's the Lakers, so I think that's normal.
You and Derek Jones shared an exchange the other day. I know, is he someone who reached out to you after the deal, and what do you think he's kind of brought to the Clippers since he's gotten here?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he's an amazing guy just to be around. And second of all, you know, his defense, his ability to jump, his ability to even shoot. We were like together, we were great, I think. So obviously one guy I miss, but you know, we'll get some dinner now. Then we're in LA.
Thanks, Luka.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.